Hello, it's the Wyldwych here. I'd just like to do a little video alongside the makeup video that I've just done. And this is to talk about foundation. When you're in the Gothic subculture, it's quite often the done thing to wear white foundation. Now, personally, as we get older, our skin tone changes, our colour of our skin changes, and what perhaps looked good on us when we were in our 20s, as we age, doesn't quite look so good. So if you are in your 20s or in your teens and you want to use white foundation, my personal opinion is go for it. Really, just honestly, just go for it. It does take a lot of work to perfect it. Some of them can blend quite blotchily, and some of them make you look like a clown. So it's up to you what kind of look you're going for and to make that choice as you go along. I have worn white foundation. I actually found the best thing to use at the time was face paint. Yeah, good old clown white. It's not to everybody's taste, but for my skin it worked quite well. I have quite dry skin and I needed something that wasn't just going to sit on my skin and look blotchy, which a lot of the white foundations did. Stargazer did. Back in those days, there wasn't quite so many white foundations. There was Stargazer and there was Clown White, and that was it. So I opted then to use the Clown White, which is, you know, is a face paint. At the end of the day, it is a face paint, and it has to be applied as a face paint with a damp sponge, and, you know, being careful to blend it really well and to build it up as well, because if you don't put enough on, it looks streaky. So you have to kind of build it up and build it up and build it up. So you've almost got a mask of white on your face. I will try and pop some pictures into the video of me wearing my white clown makeup. Bear in mind that these were old photographs, so I've had to photograph them on my phone because, you know, technology and that. But yeah, so yes, I used to wear clown white. And I used to use Stargazer's white powder, which is brilliant as far as I'm concerned. It is the best white powder out there. And I wore this look for quite a number of years. But as I started to get older, the white foundation, as I got into my 30s, the white foundation wasn't kind of doing it for me. I noticed that because I've started to develop some lines, that it used to sit in my creases. And especially when you're out on a night out and you've been dancing, it was a lot more noticeable. So, you know, when you start to sweat and get all hot, it would sit in the creases and look terrible by the end of the evening. And so I then switched to using a more natural foundation. And it was something that some of the Elder Goths at the time were experimenting with as well. And they said, look dear, as you get older, you can't wear white foundation. It's just impossible. So then I switched to using something that matched my skin tone. I don't think initially I was too fussed about what kind of foundation I used. I used to just try anything. Now I use the Avon Ideal Flawless, which is an invisible coverage cream to powder foundation. Okay, so it gives quite a nice finish. It goes on, it's like a little, open it up properly. It's a little palette and it looks like powder, but it is actually a cream foundation, and it comes with a nice spongy applicator as well. I don't use the sponge dry on. I use the sponge dry on that. I don't use it wet, and I just blend it all over my face. as demonstrated in the other video. But the colour that I use is Shell, which is the closest that I can get to my natural skin tone. And I really like it. I absolutely love it as a foundation. It goes on, it stays on well. Also, one tip that I will advise you to use, that not everybody uses, is invest in some face perfector, a product that helps your foundation to stay on. These products are absolutely brilliant. They help to minimise some of the lines as well and some of the blemishes on your skin, so that if you have got some fine lines and some open pores, it tends to minimise that, so that when your foundation goes on, it goes on a lot smoother. So that is an absolute must. Always prepare your base first of all. So put on some face perfector. It's called different things with different brands, but this one is Avon Face Protector. I have to let you know, I'm not endorsed by Avon. I don't work for Avon, but for me, the products work well. I do tend to find some makeup products drying, and they can lead me to get my skin to get quite irritated. But I found Avon is one of the ranges that doesn't, so I'm quite pleased with that. I'm not wholly happy about their animal testing policies. They didn't used to test on animals, but I've recently found out that they now do again, so I'm not very happy about that. So again, but that's, you know, another video another time. So yeah, so once you've put your face perfector on and then your foundation, and you've blended it all in and blended it down your neck as well, because I always make sure you blend it down your neck, is to then get to putting your makeup on. And with that, obviously, you know, again, one excellent tip is to buy a face, well, it's an eyeshadow, what's the word really? It's kind of like a base for your eyeshadow. Absolutely important. It gives you better coverage with your eyeshadows, and your eyeshadows will last much longer. I am a bit lazy sometimes and don't always take my makeup off when I come home. When I do that, yeah, you guessed it, the next morning I wake up and I still have makeup on, and I've been known really naughtily to still wear the same eye makeup the next day and not tell anybody. I just kind of neaten up the edges a little bit and stick a bit of powder on, and nobody knows. They think I've done it fresh that morning, because this stuff really does work. It keeps your eyeshadow in place. So that's kind of also like your base coat. With regard powders, again, I now use the Avon Face Pearls, which come in a little jar and are multicoloured. Oops, I say multicoloured. They're not multicoloured. They're kind of various shades of sort of skin tone, and they are shimmery. I like this because it adds a bit of shimmer to the skin, which is, it's good to have those light reflective properties, especially as you're getting a bit older, so that when the sun shines on it or when the lights shine on it and you're out, it minimises the look of your lines and so on. There are certain lines on my face that I can't get rid of now that are there and under my eyes, that unless I had surgery or invested quite heavily in some treatment or other, Botox or fillers or whatever, then that's the only way I'd get rid of them. I can hide my lines on my forehead with my fringe. Getting older is part of life, and I think that we should embrace that. We should be, I think that we should be moving away from the fake beauty that we have out there and the fakeness of it all. I'm a little bit overweight. Yes, I've got lines and wrinkles. Yeah, I'm getting older. I'm 45, so I would hope that, I would be getting older and starting to look my age a bit. It's important that we as women especially embrace that and embrace our age, because of the wisdom that comes with aging. You know, that our older people tend to be marginalised in society, and unfortunately a lot of it is younger people who seem to think that they have the monopoly on everything. Well, I'm telling you now, you don't. You don't have the monopoly on anything. I love watching other people's videos. I love watching other people's makeup videos, especially even some of the younger people, because they're so creative with what they do. You know, I mean, they shave eyebrows off and things. That's something I've never done. I've never shaved my eyebrows off. I've plucked them to death, but I've never shaved them off. And I think at my age, if I shaved my eyebrows off, I'd look like a crazy cat lady, which I don't want to do. So, crazy cat lady look, not good. As you get older, I have known people who have still shaved their eyebrows off in their 40s, and they look like a crazy cat lady. It's not a good look. Go for something a bit more natural. Again, with your makeup, when you're using makeup as you get older, there's a temptation to say less is more. But if you're doing something like you're going out, or you're performing or anything like that, I would say go for it. You've got nothing to lose. You know that people out there are afraid of being different, and I would say don't be afraid of being different. Be the difference. Be that different person. It's important, which is why, with regards to foundation and things, I'm saying, yeah, by all means keep using the clown white if you want to, but it's not something I personally would use. So I'm not saying don't use it. I'm saying be aware of what some of the issues are with wearing white foundation. I love to see the younger goths wearing all their white makeup and everything, and I think it looks fabulous. And I applaud them for being themselves, and for not being afraid to not conform and to take it into their own. I mean, I'm more of a traditional goth, so I'm more into the old stuff, the music, because it came out of the music scene, so that's my kind of thing on it. Anyway, I'm rambling, aren't I? Yes, I'm rambling. So I was talking about foundation, so I'm going to go back to the topic. Yes, foundation, wear your clown white if you want to, enjoy wearing it, but as you get older, be aware that you can look a little bit like you're in fancy dress. So just be aware of that, and just enjoy experimenting with your makeup. If you've not experimented with your makeup and you are a bit older, or you think that no, I must look normal because I'm getting on a bit, my advice to you is be yourself. You've only got one life, live it. Just enjoy doing what you do, enjoy experimenting with the colours, and don't feel that you have to conform and just wear beige makeup as you get older. You don't have to wear beige makeup. You can wear whatever you like. It won't be to everybody's taste, and yes, you might get some sniggers down the pub or whatever, but do you know what? Hang it. There are equally as many people who will come up to you and say, I love your lipstick. Oh, I love how you do your eye makeup. That is just so fabulous. Take it from somebody that knows. I've had so many compliments on my makeup that, I would never have, thought I would get at my age. I thought I'd be invisible by now, but I'm not, and I don't intend to be invisible, so that's cool. Yeah, you could say it's attention-seeking behaviour. Is it really attention-seeking behaviour? No, I don't think it is. I think that those of us who are in the Gothic scene, have been in the Gothic scene or dip in and out of the Gothic scene, are people who enjoy being flamboyant. It's not for attention seeking, it's because they like dressing up, they like to be creative. It's a very creative genre to be involved in. So I would say just go out there, enjoy yourself, do whatever you like with your makeup, enjoy it, and I will speak to you soon. Please link and subscribe, links below, and I will see you soon. Bye.